What advice would you give other couples who are planning their weddings now and looking for a coordinator and photo video team?
Choose marvelous moments.
Yes, that's it.
Choose
That's
marvelous.
it.
Well. I mean, and I say the same thing because I'm a DJ myself, and
Mhm.
I sell myself to other companies. You got to pick the team that works for you. You got to pick the people that work for you.
Right.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that marvelous moments isn't a good team if you don't choose them.
Mhm.
It just means they weren't for you. I think that they're for everybody, but
Right.
I'm just biased.
I love that.
Yes, I
Well,
agree.
today we're sitting down with Brian and Deja to talk about their entire wedding journey, together from the proposal all the way to the wedding day. So, Brian, you're actually a DJ, and we met when you were doing a branding shoot with us. During that time, you were in the process of planning your proposal. Tell me a little about your original ideas and why you decided to go with us to execute your vision.
Yeah, so I've been DJing for a long time, kind of like on a smaller scale. So when I came to you all, I wanted to make myself, on another level, and so I wanted to rebrand myself pretty much and take photos and kind of put it out there for future clients. And the whole process was smooth with you all. Like you all helped me pose. I'm a very awkward person, so you all helped me, pose in the right way and just made everything so smooth. And I knew from that moment when I was doing that photo shoot that you all were going to help me out with the actual wedding.
So tell me a little bit more about your original plan because you had like a base plan, but then we had to kind of work out those kinks. So what did you start off with?
As far as the
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 details of the
the
proposal.
proposal, yes. So she's a very intuitive person, so I wanted it to be a surprise. I wanted it to have her friends and family there, but I could tell that she wanted a very intimate type proposal. So I wanted to give her best of both worlds. So I wanted the proposal to be intimate, but I still wanted her friends and family to be there. So I had it to where, as you know, that I had it to where she came in and we did it by ourselves, but we still had our friends and family watching. And so after we were finished, they came in and they were able to celebrate with us.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Deja, tell us about your experience. Did we pull it off? And when you think back to your proposal, how do you feel?
I was like, what is going on? Yeah, you guys definitely pulled it off. Walking in and then like seeing you, obviously I've never seen you before, so I like didn't know anything. I was like, okay, yeah, we're good. Just toddling around. And then when we got upstairs, there was like that bartender there. We were ordering drinks. I'm like, oh, it's kind of quiet in here. Like, yeah, everything after that, I feel like just happened really fast. So like, then he like disappeared. I'm like, where'd my man go? Somehow I'm sitting in a chair. The screen is like everything like really flowed. It was like there was no like gaps or anything. So I was just like, I didn't even have any time to like react to like the initial. You know what I mean? And then yeah, I thought the whole thing was beautiful. Yeah, when I was like telling the story to like like my friends who like weren't there, like my coworkers and stuff like that, they're like, "What?" I'm like, "It's a screen." I'm like, they doesn't
It
they
just kept,
can't
it
even
just
like
kept going and
they
going.
can't even like comprehend like what? I'm like, no, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so we actually had thrown in last minute the meta glasses. I had told you I wanted to do that, and then I think that might have thrown me off a little bit because
That threw him
when
off, and I
when
didn't see
when
it.
we had came in, I had saw the light. The light was
Mhm.
on your glasses, so I
Mhm.
didn't want her to ask like, why are you recording?" So that's why I kind of cut out
Oh,
the initial part as far as us talking to you. I was like, "Oh, we gotta go this way."
You did kind of like skirt me, and I was like, well, I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what's
saw that
going
light and I was like,
on.
"Oh no, this isn't good."
I didn't even notice the light. So I didn't notice the
No,
light.
that's right. Because
Yeah.
I wanted to get you past because you
Uh,
were sitting there talking to her, she would
uh,
have said like, "Hey,
You
are
know your
you
glasses
recording me? Are you?"
on? It was the first time I'd even seen Meta glasses, so it
Yes.
you
was
know
it was an
what? Like,
experience
I
for all
don't
of
know
us.
that I would have noticed it because I feel like whenever I'm like out with him, I'm just like I don't know what's going on. Like we crossing the street because he said we crossing the street. Like I
That's
don't
how
even
it's
like
supposed
I
to
don't
be.
even look around. Like there was a reservation table. Like I don't know
I
nothing.
love that.
Like,
So after the proposal, the next natural step is to do an engagement photo shoot.
Mhm.
So what made you guys decide to come back with us instead of searching for another photo video team?
Yeah, we wanted it to be everything. Like we wanted it to be, or I wanted it to be from the proposal all the way through to be I liked the way that you all operated, and the continuity was just great. And I wouldn't have chosen any other company, to be honest with you, after the experience that I had with the initial photo shoot.
Yeah, I agree. Like I feel like he spoke very highly, like after, because of course, like when I saw you guys for like a brief time, like during the proposal, but he spoke a lot about like what it took to like bring that together and like all the communication and like all the things that you guys had to
It was a
do
whole theater
to be
show.
a joint force in that. And I was like, I love that. Like you guys are like bouncing ideas off of each other. Like it seemed like it like really meshed well. So I was like. I definitely wanted to have you guys for the engagement photo shoot as well.
How did the engagement session help you prepare for the actual wedding day?
Yeah.
I wasn't as awkward. I mean, I'm still awkward, but I was able to, I had a few poses under my belt.
Yeah,
I
we
knew-
was like, oh, the little armholes.
She's like, oh, I know this one.
I'll just get into that frame. Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah, that's true.
so I knew that when we were at the Portofino Bay doing the pictures, we had our ideas. I know you all obviously had your ideas, but we were able to combine them together and
Yes.
kind of do the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And it worked out because a lot of the pictures that I suggested, I told her, I was like, hey, I remember I suggested that. And then I was like,
Yeah.
Cynthia
It's
suggested
like,
this place over
yeah,
here
like
too.
you guys
So
had like your own like to see like I feel like we flew through those pictures like really fast. Like you're like okay, like you had everything like pulled. Like you guys are so prepared, and so like that helps a lot too because you're like, oh, I got this. Like I don't know, it just seems like it's I know it's gonna be fine. Like
yes, it's a teamwork effort
Yeah,
compared
yeah.
to us picking somewhere or you
Yeah,
all picking
being
somewhere.
like,
We can kind of work
right.
together to
And
make
that's
it.
kind of why I encourage couples to definitely make sure they get that engagement photo shoot done.
Mhm.
It's a rehearsal.
Yeah.
And I definitely come prepared. I have all the poses. We're
Mhm.
practicing. We're getting
Yeah.
all the jitters out. So that way on
Mhm.
the wedding day, like you said, you memorize the poses. You're like, oh, I'm ready. I know that
That's
one.
so
Yeah.
wait, there's so funny. There's a clip of us where like I don't know if it was on I think it was either at the end of the wedding day. I don't know. But there's a clip of us and at the end we're like this and I was like, we've been doing this all day. Like like nose to nose thing. I was like I was cracking up at
I remember
that.
that.
So wedding planning is one thing, but then day of coordination, making sure everything goes smoothly is a completely other story. So what were some of the things that you faced when wedding planning?
Well, wedding planning, I just had so many different ideas, and I'm only one person, so
He's such a creative person.
He really is. He really
really
is.
so I'm glad that I had a team like yourself because
Yeah.
I'm talking to the coordinator, and then
Right.
if I have a photographer over here and if I have a videographer over here, it's kind
They
of hard
can't, like,
to
bounce the ideas
communicate
off
with
each
each other.
Right,
So you
right.
all being one team, it was a lot easier for me to talk to you or you, and you were able to kind of communicate with each other to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, he's
That's what
definitely.
we keep telling everyone, but they're not listening.
He's like so creative, so I feel like he was able to like not like live in that box of like the standard, and he was able to kind of like just really explore and like tell you guys something, and then like
You just wait for the reception.
can't
Reception to come 2027. Did having the same team throughout the entire array of events make a difference in how you guys felt?
100%. Because when you meet somebody new, you got to get familiar with them, and they got to know your tendencies, and vice versa, or vice versa. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, it's nice to have the comfortability with the same people.
I think that true. Like, there's like a level of like trust that builds as well. Like, cause like how I was just like, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be fine. Like, Sean's gonna be there. Cynthia's gonna be there. Like, I don't have a care in the world, which is what I say all the time. Yeah, it's like we like trust you guys. So I'm like, yeah, it's good because it just is carrying on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and then I know it's gonna be good.
What advice would you give other couples who are planning their weddings now and looking for a coordinator and photo video team?
Choose marvelous moments.
That's it.
Choose
That's
marvelous.
it.
Well, I mean, and I say the same thing because I'm a DJ myself, and I sell myself to other companies. You got to pick the team that works for you. You got to pick the people that work for you.
Right.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that marvelous moments isn't a good team if you don't choose them. It just means they weren't for you. I think that they're for everybody, but
Right.
but I'm just biased.
I love that.
Yes,
Well-
I agree.
So during the actual wedding day, were there any hiccups that happened that you guys want to tell us about?
I had a big hiccup with my veil. My veil was not in the building with us. And I wouldn't have noticed if you didn't notice. They were taking pictures of my dress, and my shoes and all the good things and my bouquet. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, the dress." And they're like, "Where's the veil?" I'm like, "Veil's up in there." And
Yeah,
it
I
was definitely
remember.
not in there. It was so like thin, and it was in a bag that was attached to it. So the night before, when me and my friend were looking at the dress, I guess when we unzipped it, we didn't zip it back. So when I
It
grabbed
fell
the dress,
out.
it just slid right out. So you guys told me, and like super far in advance, my friend was able to drive all the way back to our house. I opened the garage for her. I'm still getting my makeup done. She grabbed the veil. We knew exactly where it was. She came back and like it went perfect. But I think like if we would have noticed that like later on, then I would have just like not had
Had a
it,
veil.
which I think is fine. I think like you've helped me get into a better mindset to where like that was not going to ruin my day, you know. But I'm really glad that I had it because I love that veil,
Mm.
and it was customized made. Like
It
the
was
veil was
beautiful.
made out of my dress. It was
It was
actually made out of the
beautiful.
trimmings of the bottom of my dress. So yeah, I was really happy that we had that.
One thing we loved about working with you guys is you're such a unique couple. So after your wedding ceremony, you didn't have a reception like normal. You guys actually told us to meet you at the tattoo shop.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then after the tattoo shop, it didn't stop there. Just like the proposal, it never stops. It just
That's
keeps going.
That's
So tell
true.
us a little bit about, how you decided what you were going to do after. And
I just like being different, and so I wanted to do. I wanted to take pictures around Orlando, and we had planned to go to the railroad tracks to take those photos, which came out really, really good.
Mhm.
And then on the way there, and I can't make this up. She says, "Hey, let's get a tattoo." Like this is the first time she
oh
had
wow, it
brought it
wasn't
up.
pre-planned.
It was not pre-planned. She said, "Let's go get a tattoo." I said, "Okay, let's try to find a tattoo."
It's right up my alley.
Let's go find a tattoo person. So we found a tattoo artist, and then you all showed up. Surprisingly, that was insane, and we got
Yeah,
Flash tattoos.
which is so funny because I was like, I remember sitting there and the tattoo guy was like, he's like, "When's the last time you ate?" And I was like, "I think I had some Starbucks at like 6 a.m." He was like, "It's like 3 p.m." I was like, "Dang." He goes, "There's some empanadas down there." And then Brian's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just go get you an empanada." So there I am in my wedding dress, eating an empanada, waiting to get my tattoo.
I love it. We had a great time.
Yeah, it was great. Good empanada too.
Well, behalf of the entire Marvelous Moments team, I want to thank you guys for trusting us with your special moments. That's the end of episode 17 of the Marvelous Moments podcast. Stay tuned for episode 18, where we'll be interviewing Brian about how to choose the right DJ for your wedding.